Hello there. So it's time to do the Q&A, and we're also going to treat this as like a little bit of a state of the channel, if you will. Just explaining some of the stuff that's coming up and the status of things. You know what I mean? First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to the people who have stayed subscribed to the channel and continued to watch, because taking a hiatus like this usually means death for the channel. Like, that's usually when you take a prolonged break, the algorithm just shits the bed and your channel just kind of dies. So I appreciate the people who were there the minute that video went up. So let's just get into the questions. I haven't really looked at these. I'm just gonna go through all of them because I don't think there was that many. So we're just gonna go through as many as we can. Oh, 5 questions. Okay. Glad you're back, man. Hope you're doing better now. Things are starting to pick up. Anyway, here are my questions. Number 1, what movie did you see that was so bad that it made you legitimately angry? Psycho Shark. I still adamantly believe that Psycho Shark is the worst movie that I've ever watched on this channel, bar none. That's the fucking worst shit. If you're talking about movies, I guess Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City was up there. That's for sure. That movie. What is your favorite and least favorite video game of all time? My favorite video game, okay. It's a mix. It's either, I would say Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Persona 4 and Persona 3 Reload tend to kind of be in the same little space. Those are my 3 favorite games of all time. I love Persona 5, but after playing Reload, Persona 3, that kind of shot way up there. My least favorite games, probably the most generic answers, is gonna be shit like Madden and NHL, and I don't even know why people play those. I don't know why we're giving money. Also, Overwatch 2 can fuck itself. Just stuff like that. The whole games as a service thing kind of annoys the shit out of me. So any game that tries to do that, most recently Concord, stuff that's just stop. What inspired your love and taste for the synthwave cyberpunk aesthetic on your channel or in general? I don't really remember, to be honest with you. I think it just kind of happened. It's not the best answer in the world. It's not the most exciting answer in the world, but it just kind of happened. I've always kind of been a nostalgic person, and when I think of nostalgia, I think of vaporwave and retro wave and stuff from the 80s. That whole aesthetic just kind of screams nostalgia to me, because that's what I'm nostalgic to. I was a 90s kid, so the 80s and 90s are kind of just nostalgia. Not the most exciting, like I said, not the most exciting answer in the world, but that's what it is. Any underrated anime you would recommend? Underrated? I don't know. Off the top of my head, I think Grand Blue Dreaming, which is that scuba anime, was fucking hilarious. That was one of the funniest anime I've ever seen. It's up there with Konosuba, but I don't feel like anybody ever talks about it. Also, Golden Boy. I don't know if that's underrated, but Golden Boy is one of my favorites. I don't know if that's I wouldn't really call that underrated, because a lot of people know what Golden Boy is, but that one's peak. Oh, and Welcome to the NHK. It's another really underrated one that I love. What is your personal feel-good movie? A movie that you always watch when you're feeling down. That one's simple. Your Name. Makoto Shinkai's anime magnum opus. Your Name is I could watch that movie repeatedly, and that's always just fills me with nothing but good vibes. I love that movie. It's art. Every single frame is art. The soundtrack's amazing. The story's fantastic. It's vibes, man. It's vibes. It's good stuff. Number 1 Nemo viewer fanboy. Uh-oh. First off, man, just gotta say I love your work. I'm a big fan. I've watched all your videos. Here are my questions. Do you play the ukulele? No. What color of socks do you prefer wearing? I have white socks. Do I prefer wearing them? I don't give a fuck. They cover my feet. Nobody gets to see that shit for free. Could you please review less bad movies? They're not easy to make fun of, though. I review good. What are you talking about? I reviewed fucking what was the last good movie I reviewed? Fucking Deep Down. That's not what it was. That stupid movie with the sharks and the airplane under the water. I don't even remember what it's called anymore. That's a great movie. What are you talking about? I review good movies all the time. But yes, I will review better movies. Do you love me? Yeah. How many subscribers do you need to open your OnlyFans? You know what? I know that's a joke, but I've actually been asked by a couple of people to open an OnlyFans. I'm not gonna do it because I don't think anybody wants to fucking see me like that as I sit here thinking about it. No, I would never open an OnlyFans. Ever. Unless it was with a chick? No. No. You know what? I'm trying to think of the money. I'm just trying to think of all the money pouring in. I mean, I imagine I would be a hit with gay people, right? I'm not gay, but I think I feel like I kind of match their thing, right? And 2B, striptease, please. 10 grand and I'll do it. $10,000 and I will do a striptease. Mark my words. Actually don't, because somebody might actually do it and then I have to follow through with it and I don't want to do that. Tyrant Greg Keg Kaiju 71. Welcome back, CN. Best way for me to celebrate your return is by recommending a movie for you to review. Crocodile from 1979. It's a B-grade Jaws knockoff from Thailand. I think it's right up your alley. I'm pretty sure somebody, maybe it was you, like in the past, I've actually been asked to do, or no, it was Killer Crocodile. No, maybe that is the same one. No, it is the same one. Isn't it called Killer Crocodile? I've had other people recommend that movie to me too, and I wanted to review it, but I just couldn't fucking find it anywhere. There's two of them, right? Yeah, there's two. I'll get to it one day. I want to. I just gotta find a copy of it. Neko Mika Cross 288284. Can you do other kaiju movies besides Godzilla? I have done other kaiju movies besides Godzilla. I've done Gamera, I've done Ultraman, I've done some of the other stupider shit, like Death Kappa and stuff. I've basically covered every Godzilla movie there is, other than -1 and New Empire, which I'm going to get to. But I have basically covered Godzilla. So that's kind of... don't really need to cover more of that until they make new ones. But yeah, there are other kaiju movies. I still gotta do Skull Island, which I'm assuming is probably gonna be one of the questions in here. WebFox 100. What timing for you to come back? I had to get a better car this week, so yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You guys don't have to pay anything to like, that really doesn't matter. It helps, but it's not like a make or break type thing. Have you seen the Monarch series on Apple TV? I think I'm halfway through it. I haven't finished it. I should probably review it, now that I think about it. I should probably review Monarch. What video games have you been playing, if any? Recently, I was trying to get through Final Fantasy 16. I don't know why I keep putting that off. Recently had a quick little stint of addiction to Diablo 4. Got all the way through the season pass. That's about it. I don't play video games all that much, all things considered. It's one really has to like kind of... I have to be in the mood, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts on the Sonic 3 movie trailer and the Knuckles show? What is your favorite Godzilla item that you own at the moment? My thoughts on Sonic 3 are that it's gonna be great. I love the Sonic movies. They're stupid, but they're much better than they have any right to be. Keanu Reeves as Shadow is immaculate casting. I remember saying like years ago that I wanted Keanu to be Shadow, and bam, they did it. The Knuckles show I haven't seen, and the only reason I haven't seen the Knuckles show is because one, I don't want to fucking pay for Paramount Plus because that's a waste of money because there's nothing else on there I want to see, and I've heard that it's mostly about Wade. The flames of disaster! And I really don't care much for Wade. So maybe I'll watch it one day. What's your favorite Godzilla item that you don't own at the moment? I've shown this in... I don't want to go get it. I'm too fucking lazy. I've shown this in the movie collection video, I think. I have Godzilla 1985 on Laserdisc. So like the original Godzilla 1985 cut, not like the hard one, the one that's impossible to find. I think I paid like $100 for it. Still works great, doesn't have laser rot or anything like that, or disc rot. Of all the Godzilla things that I own, that's probably the rarest and probably the hardest to come by. So yeah, I would say the Godzilla 1985 Laserdisc. Avi Echidna, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. You didn't work for Bungie, did you? Like, I admit that once upon a time I had an addiction to Destiny 2. Like a really bad addiction to Destiny 2. But have I ever worked for Bungie? That's such a weird question. Yes I did. No, I didn't. I've never worked for Bungie. If they want to hire me, I don't know, I'll do a voice or something, I don't know. No, I've never worked for Bungie. That's a weird, that's such a random one. Roman Gunter 621. I have one question. Will you be doing another Frighttober this year? I don't know yet. I would like to try, because I didn't get to do one last year, I don't think. I would like to do one. I don't know exactly what I would do it on, or what the theme would be. Jose Barro 1014. Also, do you fuck with El Santo movies? The Cyclops fucking haunted me as a child. I haven't got a clue what the hell an El Santo movie is. You guys, you'll have to specify for me because I don't know what that is. We've got another question here. You planning on doing a Romulus review? Yes. Once it actually comes out and I can use footage. I'm gonna cover all the Alien movies because I haven't done that yet. For some reason, that's been on the to-do list for a while. In terms of creature design, what's your like top 3 favorite monsters without taking into account lore or the quality of the movie itself? The shark from Jaws, Bruce. If you've seen Sweet Home, there was that bit at the end where like the ghost mother demon thing, whatever the hell, appears in the bottom of the basement. I really like that effect. And I think probably Audrey 2 from the Little Shop of Horrors. If I had to think off the top of my head of the top 3, obviously there's like the T-Rex from Jurassic Park, there's Legion from Gamera 2, there's Biolante, however the hell you pronounce her name. I know I've gotten flack in the past for saying it wrong. I don't care. She looks great. I mean, Godzilla in general, some of the costumes look great. Some of them don't, that's for sure, but some of them look really good. So I just like the when it comes to like prosthetic, or not prosthetics, when it comes to animatronic monsters, I like ones that are like practical and elaborate. So like Audrey 2 is a really impressive, very impressive animatronic, as is the monster from the end of Sweet Home. And Bruce, I just have a nostalgic love for Bruce because Jaws is my favorite movie of all time. Tim W. Rego, glad to see you back, man. My question is, being a Godzilla fan, what are your honest opinion on seeing two different versions of the G-Man out in such close succession? I think it's awesome because they're two very different movies. Minus One is a very serious, very heartfelt, emotional, character-driven piece where Godzilla just happens to be the antagonist. He's not the center. New Empire is basically a Showa movie, but with the Hollywood budget. So it's basically as stupid and ridiculous as the old 70s, 60s, and 80s Godzilla movies were, but with a bigger budget. I think it's very cool to have them both back to back because they're two very different things. If both Legendary and Toho were trying to make serious Godzilla movies, or both trying to make goofy Godzilla movies, it would be a little different, but they can both coexist because they're two very different things as far as I'm concerned. I always feel like I'm screwing the name up. Siamiam? I don't want to. Glad to see you're back. How's the new apartment? I'm not even going to get into that because the apartment fucking sucks. But we're not going to dive into that because I want to remain calm. I want to remain cool and collected. Fucking sucks though. Zeeth K92. If 2 times 2 equals 4, why fish? Why fish indeed? That's one of those deep questions that you really have to like dig down into yourself to find the answer to, because I don't have a clue. That question is beyond my understanding. That is beyond some higher powers understanding, if there is one. Chopin. First question. Your only question. Will you be reviewing the Woody Harrelson movie Rampart? Okay. That's such a fucking weird... There's just something about that question that's so weird, because like Rampart is not at all like the kind of movie that jives with the channel's aesthetic at all. I've seen Rampart. It came out when I managed a video store. So like I saw it when it was a new release. And I liked it. I don't remember a lot about it. It was a dirty cop, right? I think is what that movie was about. I liked it, but it's not like... That's a weird movie to request a review for. I'm known for horror movies, kaiju movies, and like anime, and then all of a sudden I'm just gonna review Rampart. That'd be like if I reviewed The Shield out of nowhere. Fucking amazing show, by the way. But that would be like if I reviewed Shield out of nowhere. Andy Ophium 5662. Out of every annoying kid you've seen in a film, is Kenny from Gamera the worst, or is there someone more annoying than them? That fucking kid from Godzilla's Revenge. That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never hated a child more in a movie in my life than that child. In particular, the dub. The English dubbed version of the kid from Godzilla's Revenge is the worst child to ever exist on the face of the earth. Maybe that makes me sound like a dick, but I would take the Kennys over that kid. Tim_ho. Glad to have you back, Colton. So you've been around long enough that you know my full name. Respect. Can't wait to watch your vids on -1 and the New Empire. I have a question. Will you do a review on Gamma Rebirth and Skull Island? Yes, I'm going to do Rebirth. Yes, I'm going to do Skull Island. Skull Island, I was honestly going to do Skull Island like a year ago, and I just didn't get around to it for whatever reason, because life happened. But yes, gonna cover them both. Triassic Biters 1975. I'm glad you're back. I have a couple questions. Do you have plans to do more Charles Band movies like Puppet Master or Subspecies? And finally, do you like Pizza Crust? I intend to cover all of the Puppet Master movies, which is going to be quite the endeavor because there's a lot of those. I don't know about Subspecies, because when you say species, I think of like the Natasha Henstridge movie where she's like an alien that wants to fuck everything. Like that's what I think of when I hear Species. I'm assuming Subspecies is like not the same franchise, right? And do I like Pizza Crust? Yeah. I fuck with Pizza Crust. Actually, it depends, because there's some pizza places that the pizza crust is disgusting. Pizza 73, it's like eating a sponge. That shit's disgusting. But like Pizza Hut pizza crust, like Domino's and stuff like that, hell yeah. If it's crispy, yeah. Cheese stuffed, hell yeah, dude. But spongy, fuck out of here with that. User DeLorean Dude 2024. Have you ever been to Universal Studios Florida during the 1990s, back when Jaws, King Kong, and Back to the Future were there? And if so, do you plan to talk about Universal Florida during those years and reflect upon your experience? Dude, I'm Canadian. I never got to go to Universal Studios. You fucking kidding me? I always wanted to. That was on my bucket list, but now those are gone. Like if you want to see the Jaws ride, you got to go to Japan. King Kong's not around anymore. Back to the Future's gone. I always wanted to. I remember when I was a kid, one of my aunt's friends used to had pictures of the Jaws ride and would show it to me, and I was so jealous. Dude, I would love to go to Universal. Especially back in the heyday of Universal. The KKVB, oh, I know who you are. Will you review every movie on the Mill Creek 50 horror movie box set? What in God's name is the Mill Creek 50 horror movie box set? Mill Creek sucks. Actually, I shouldn't say Mill Creek sucks because they're the ones who are bringing all the Ultraman stuff over to North America. But Mill Creek is also not known for their quality releases. I'll have to look into that. I'm not gonna, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what's on there. Is it good movies or are they garbage movies? Scott Duncan 5525. Been away so long we had 2 Godzilla movies. How sad is that? 2 Godzilla movies came out in the time that I was away. Will you be reviewing Ultraman Rising? Yes. Spoiler alert, I love that movie. Or maybe covering the Hellboy movies, given the new movie comes out in less than a month. Or begin covering the Poohverse movies, the PCU that started with... Okay, so the Poohverse movies, yeah, I'm gonna cover those eventually. The Hellboy movies, sure, why not? I mean, that new one looks like a fucking fan film. It looks awful. The Hanged Man, I think is what it's called, or the Smile, whatever the hell it's called. That new one just looks terrible. It looks like the Mortal Kombat Annihilation of Hellboy movies. So you know it's going to be hilariously bad. Mr. Gozy, first question: has depression been a major factor of your video making style before? Yeah, I'm depressed all the time. I'm not going to delve into real life stuff because that's not really what we're here for. But yeah. Second question: do you have any plans to revive your long dead Discord server? I don't know. I don't really have the time to put into the Discord server at the moment, which is kind of why I've kind of, if for some of you who don't know, I have a Discord server that I don't really advertise, and Mr. Gozy is the moderator on it, and I don't really advertise it because I just don't have the time to do anything with it. Maybe I might start posting it in the descriptions of newer videos, and then people, if they want to go hang out there and talk to people, they can, you know. I'm not really going to be active in it because I just don't have the time. But yeah, maybe I should just post it and then you guys can use it for whatever you guys want to use it for, as long as it's nothing illegal. Minecraft World 1954. How do you feel about the Minecraft trailer? This is my question to you because that shit looks awful. Glad to see you're back. Honestly, I don't mind seeing your face on videos now. As for your question, have you read Project Nemesis by Jeremy Robinson? Haven't read it. I know what it is though. Project Nemesis is like a kaiju novel series, right? I'm pretty sure I've seen the cover for it, and I wanted to read it, I just never got around to it. Might do it. I think the last question on here is Super X Productions. You've been around a long time. Where have you been? I explained that in the last video. I've missed your vids, man. Glad you're doing okay and back. Did you get a chance to see Furiosa? Super bummed that it tanked and was curious if you liked it. I have not seen Furiosa yet, and the main reason for that is because I know I'm gonna love it because Fury Road is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I want to watch it in the best possible quality, so I want to get it in 4K. But for some fucking reason, my town never got it anywhere. Nowhere. Like Walmart, as pathetic as it is usually our go-to when it comes to Blu-rays, because it's about the only thing we have here. And I went over there on release day to go get it, and they didn't fucking have any. Like, they didn't even bring it in. Like, it wasn't even in stock. It wasn't because they had run out. It was because they just didn't bring it in. And to this day, they still haven't brought any in. They've released other shit. Like, we got plenty of Kung Fu Panda 4. But for some fucking reason, we don't have Furiosa. I don't understand it. So I will get Furiosa once I get the Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray. Kind of bummed it didn't get a 3D release because Fury Road looks incredible in 3D, but I'll settle for 4K. So once I get the 4K version of it, I'll watch it, and I will probably love it. That's basically it. I didn't really leave the video up long enough to get a whole lot of questions, but I hope this answers some. So like, yeah, -1 I'm working on right now. New Empire I'm working on right now. I'm gonna have to space them apart because Toho just fucking loves to just bend me over tables and just slam me with copyright claims. Like, they love it. It's like Toho's favorite thing. They're like, they get hard for it. It's like a fetish for them. Same with New Empire. Though New Empire, Warner's a little lenient, so I might start with New Empire and then get -1 out of the way. I don't know. As for the Frighttober, probably, like, the truth is I have a long laundry list of stuff to go through. A long list, like hundreds of movies that I want to cover. And it's kind of annoying because I'll sit down and I'll be like, all right, what are we going to review today? And then I'll look at the overwhelming list of shit that I have to do, and I'll just stare at it and I'll be like, I can't pick something to do, and then I just don't do it. So I need a game plan. I appreciate you guys sticking around. I'll say it again. I am very appreciative of everybody that watches the channel. When I started this shit 10 years ago, over 10 years ago now, I Never expected anybody to watch this stuff. And now we're at over 14,000 subscribers, which is still shocking to me. Back when I was doing my humble taste test videos, which no one will ever see anymore because those are privated and wiped from the internet because they're terrible. Back when I was doing that, I didn't think anybody would watch. So the fact that people still are, the fact that you guys stick around, interact with stuff, it means a lot. It genuinely means a lot. So I will get back to working on the channel stuff, and I will see you guys in the next actual video, which will be back to the swing of things.
Freedom.